All of those races will directly affect any pro-life laws.
Women came out of their homes and said, enough is enough. Lay off. We're done having this discussion.
The decision to overturn Roe v. Wade sparked passionate debates from both sides. Now those opinions and the future of abortion rights are pushing people to the polls for tomorrow's midterm election. But inflation is another big issue rising to the top.
CBS News' Christian Benavides has more on what's motivating voters.
When Tony Bergida, the chair of the Kansas Young Republicans, cast an early vote, he had one issue top of mind.
Over the last 2 years, our grocery bill has risen from $400 a month to about $1,200 right now.
Crime is another pressing issue for many Republicans. Peter Eith travels the country selling security systems.
I do see a lot of crime increase since COVID, I feel like. People are just living in fear. People are scared.
Republican leaders predict concerns over crime and inflation will lead to a massive red wave on Election Day. And while the economy is also a concern for Democrats, Atlanta resident Cynthia Jones says the reversal of Roe v. Wade is her main reason for voting.
Before then, you had to go to back alleys.
But Democrats fear fewer voters are focused on abortion rights, so their messaging is pivoting to Republican threats of dismantling Social Security and Medicare. For Portland student Brian Montes, he feels after the January 6th attack, democracy's on the ballot.
We can't really fix climate change. We can't help the healthcare system. We can't bring relief to students across this country until we have faith in our democracy.
Election experts say that when all the votes are counted, the most important issue will be buy-in from voters. For democracy to work, there has to be trust that election systems can produce accurate and honest outcomes. CBS News Elections and Surveys Director Anthony Salvanto says voters should expect election certification delays because vote counting takes time.
Going slow doesn't mean it's wrong or doesn't mean there's any problems. It's just patience.
There could be many races that could take days to finalize. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Tampa, Florida.
Election day can stir up some anxiety. Experts call it election stress disorder. They say it's not an actual medical diagnosis, but some people will experience more stress and anxiety during election cycles. Those symptoms can range from trouble sleeping to headaches, even feeling a bit shaky.
Social media, as well as media in general, can really generate stress and anxiety around the election. So for some people, they're really focused all the time in a very concentrated way on news story and news events.
The advice from experts tonight: control what you can. Make sure you're getting enough sleep and exercise.
Well, a quick reminder to help people get to the polls. There will be no fares on COTA buses tomorrow. COTA says it wants to help improve voter access. Now, beware of any other Election Day freebies from stores and other restaurants. Our Verify team looked into posts like this one, where companies are giving away free things if you bring in your I voted sticker. Now, according to U.S. Code and Voting and Elections, it is not legal for businesses to provide incentives for voting in federal elections. In fact, companies that do could be fined up to $10,000. Fairvote.com reports that the only way to promote an Election Day giveaway is if the offer is available for both voters and non-voters alike.
Tomorrow night, we want you to stay with 10 TV for all of your election results. With this tool, we can give you real-time results on the biggest races of the night, highlighting where each candidate is getting votes from across the state, even providing you some historical data from each race. For example, here, the governor's race, the current race versus how voters stacked up back in 2018. You can see the Republicans versus the Democrats. One of my favorite tools this time, we can actually pinpoint using a new tool here, highlighting certain areas across the state, adding some extra context to our election coverage here. The big race we'll be watching here, the U.S. Senate race here. We can also provide you with 2016 results versus the big results of 2022 and compare that to how votes stacked up during the presidential race back in 2020. We'll also keep you updated on the battle for power in the U.S. House and Senate. But the best part is, this tool is available for you right now on our website, 10tv.com. Make sure you stay up with us tomorrow night for the fastest results. Back to you.
And Andrew and I will be with you all night long, bringing you live results and live updates from the top candidates' campaign headquarters. Our special digital coverage starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can watch it on every free 10 TV Plus streaming platform, including Roku and Amazon Fire TV.